Hey, it's Belay, and you're watching Belay TV, the ultimate YouTube channel. I'm a cinematographer, just a dude with a camera. All right, this is my 1967 VW Bug. It's a desert rescue. I rescued the body, or the video right there, from the desert and put it on an existing chassis that I had. It's been a few months kicking back there behind the bus, kind of ignoring it. I put a motor in it that I'm not really sure of, but I got a different motor I want to put in there. And basically, I'm going to take a look at this project and see if it's something we really want to move on. Right now, it needs a lot of work. So we're going to just assess what really needs to be done. So if this is something you're interested in, let's get started. All right, so here's a little bit side view of this Bug. I already replaced the doors with some good used ones I had scored on the marketplace. Got some rims and hubcaps on it. And it's got some damage to the dash, but that's fixable. Floors are really good. Needs a seat track, part of the headliner's there. Considering I haven't adjusted the doors or anything, they open and close nicely. I just shot some primer over it. Still got to replace the windshield, but what's the hurry? Got still a couple more months till the rain comes. Back here, I'm going to pull off this shaved deck lid. I've got some taillight housings that we're going to paint up. And then we're going to come over to the other side. See, it's missing the window. The door still has to be primered. The fender still has to be beat up and primered. Inside, I got this tired old motor that I bought off one of my buddies, pretty much as a core, because I wanted to get it all hooked up and check the electrical. But I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my mystery motor in here, because I know for sure that runs. And we're going to get it fired up in here. Check out how cool that is.
Yeah, this is pretty cool.
It's even shade right there. Like I said, deck lid's coming off. It's going to get replaced by a stock one. This was a full Mulholland style. Had real wide fenders, had Vega taillights. Somewhere along the line, somebody went back to stock fenders in the front. And you can see, or actually this is actually maybe one of the original fenders right there. But I kind of just primered it, and I'm going to go ahead and finish primering this side just to get rid of that yellow door. I can't do it. And then I've got to change the front drums out. As you can see, this is a 4-lug car. I'm going to change the front drums out so I can put the stock 67 wheels on the back as well. All right, so basically, let's look under the hood because we haven't looked into that yet. A bunch of junk here, bumper brackets. All right, so the wiring is, a lot of it's there. I could really work with that. Doesn't look so bad. You can see it is a new car. That's gonna look nice. So the original hinges never didn't look like they've been taken off. And you can see I got a spare tire in there, bumper bolts on it. There's no rust on this body. See, it's been down back and forth a couple times in there. But basically, it's going to be a nice beater for someone. All right, we'll be back shortly. All right, it's all freshly hosed down. I gotta go run some errands, so I'm gonna let this thing dry. And then once we get home, we're gonna try to make it not look as ugly. Not sure about you, but I can't handle that look. All right. All right, primer the door, primer that rear fender. I can look at it now. All right, so it's back here. It's 103 degrees back here. It's actually a little bit hotter. I'm in the shade, so it's not going to be so bad. So we're going to go ahead and pull this motor out. I just checked. It's only held down by 3 bolts anyways. No exhaust, no fan belt, so it's going to just pretty much fall right out. And then I think that we're going to maybe scrub it a little bit better. I'm going to have to pull it out here and hose that all down inside here. And then maybe we'll move this to the shop and work on it for the next couple of days in a nice air-conditioned shop because it's pretty hot out here and I'm spoiled. Okay, here we go with this mystery motor. I just pulled it out of my 67 and you can hear something's going on, so we're gonna have to strip this thing down and tear it down and figure it out. Anyways, motor's out of the 67. It's not too bad. That's a little hashy there. Like I said, it's got a pretty cool electric antenna and Frenched in. That actually works. Which I'll put a little video over there, you can see it. All right, so tomorrow we're gonna roll this into the shop and put that other motor in. Swap deck lids. All right, as you're able to tell by now, I'm tired of pushing cars around, so Project 67 is going into the shop. We're gonna tear it down, we're gonna lower the front end, we're gonna get a motor in it, and we're gonna make it so we can at least drive this thing around the yard. All right, the front beam that I'm using on this project had 4 lug front drums on the beam. I took it apart, realized it had a 69 and up front, so what I have had to do is just switch the bearings. So I pulled out the grease seals, and this is gonna be a roller, so I don't really care about the brakes and stuff right now. I just wanna be able to put wheels on without adapters. Like I said, just gonna be a roller, so I've had to switch just the inner bearings, because on a 69 and newer, the inner bearings are thicker. The spindle is wider. All right, I guess I've kind of left everybody in the dark long enough. So, car's up on jacks. I've taken drums and backing plates off. Just makes it easier for me to beat on this. All the grub screws are loose on the ends, not the one in the center. And right now I am in the process of pulling off the first side. And we are gonna be pulling all of the small torsions out and one of the big ones. And we're gonna try and do this without removing the other side. This will take 2 hands. But I think I got this messy part out. All right, so that's what we're gonna do in here, is we're gonna remove all these small ones and maybe one big one from the top. Now to do that, I'm gonna have to get the grease off of here first, and then what I'm gonna do is loosen up the rest of the grub screws and grab onto one of these small ones. You gotta get the first ones out the hardest. So I'm gonna grab onto that small one with a pair of vice grips, and then I'm gonna beat it out of there with the ball peen hammer and slide it out this way. And then I shouldn't have a problem getting the rest of them out. All right, like I said, grabbed on it with my vice grips, peened on it with the side, and these are ready to start coming out. And they are a greasy mess. Be prepared. So, like I said, I'm gonna pull all the small ones out. So, one at a time so I don't get any grease on me. Well, not that there's no grease now, just don't wanna get it everywhere. All right, sorry, there it is. We took them all out. So we got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Do we have one left in there? Oh yeah, look at that, there's one little small guy in there. All right, we're gonna pull that out. And then we are gonna stop, take a break, because this whole area is a mess. I'm gonna get all the parts picked up and cleaned, all the tools picked up and cleaned, and we are gonna take a little break and hit this in the morning, get it all put back together and see where we stand, literally. Front end is all back together. We are 5 lug in the front. Now we're just gonna go ahead and clean up all these tools, try and vacuum up all this crust and get rid of those. We'll still these in the back. So what did we wind up pulling out? 1 big and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 smalls. Should set me right where I wanna be. All right. Let's get some wheels on it. All right, everything is back together. I still got to take these tires, which are 165 65s. I got to put them on my 67 rims. Actually, some rims I have in the back, original paint rims. But here we go. We are ready to see where the stance is going to set this. Is it going to sit on the ground? Is it going to be level? First, we're going to loosen the jack. We're going to drop this to the ground. Then we'll open up the shop door and roll the car out. That's looking good so far. Sounded good so far. All right, that's kind of down where I want to be. All right, with a little bit of effort, we do have the motor into place. Now we just got to get the exhaust back on, get everything buttoned up, get the deck lid on, and maybe you can get this thing fired up this weekend. All right, motor's in. Front end's lowered. Let's take a look back here. All right, that's cool. Well, this is the stance. Not quite even, but I do not have any shocks on it, which I'm going to have to get that taken care of soon. All right, as you can see, it came down quite a bit. Not quite even on this side. There we go. Deck lid is on. Fits really nice. Got a little bit of rubbing right here, but that's maybe bent hinges or something. But the motor is in. I cannot run the air cleaner unless I have deck lid standoff. So we're gonna think about that. Motor's all in. I'm checking the wiring here, and everything seems to be in place. So we're gonna go up front and take a look and see. Yeah, there's lots going on. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're just gonna end this one here, and then we're gonna pick up on the next video. We're gonna get all the wire buttoned up, get a battery in it, battery cables, and start plugging stuff into the front and see what we can get to work. Also gonna see what I can dig up for tail lights and get a back bumper on it, and just that kind of stuff. So that's it on this one. Talk to you next time.